My name is Seapeekay and welcome to my tattoo tour. So yeah, the first big piece I ever got was on my arm, and it's this huge fox. It's actually just a regular sized tattoo really, but I just have really small arms. So this was my first big one. It took like 7 hours to get done. Done in my little local hometown as well. And then afterwards I got these little flowers added. Originally, it went into my armpit, and basically my tattoo artist said that if we do tattoo there, it's like pass out pain level. So we opted to rub that part out before it got tattooed because I'm not silly. Second one here is just like a lantern vibe. To be honest, at this point now, I don't really have a rating list of like what's my favorite, what's my least favorite, but I'm not like super keen on this one anymore, but also it's never so bad that I'm like, I want to get rid of it. I still like love the design. I think it's really cool. I just don't really know how it fits with everything else. I kind of got that one on a bit of a whim. And again, that's another thing I'll say as well. For me, I don't take tattoos as that big a deal. I will get silly tattoos. You will see silly tattoos later in this video. Because like whilst I get that they're on my body permanently, like, I don't know, it's just fun. I like looking down like salt doodles. The first big like black piece I got, this is actually a little scene of Stranger Things. So they've got the trees, the kids on the bikes, then the upside down Demogorgon, and then like the fairy lights from the show. This one's always very interesting because I actually have like no interest in Stranger Things anymore. I watched season 1 and thought it was really cool, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a cool tattoo. And I still love the tattoo, and I think that's like a big part is that, you know, I enjoyed the show then, even if I don't watch it now. Like, I still had happy, fond memories of the show. So yeah, that was like the first big piece. This is probably my only truly meaningful tattoo, which is band lyrics. I lost my mum like 10 or 11 years ago now, and it's from a band called Of Mice and Men, and it says, "I hope you smile when you look down on me." So that's essentially the only meaningful tattoo I ever got, and the rest are, well, they're somewhat ridiculous. Yeah, so actually there are a couple of other meaningful ones. I also have the Manchester Bee tattoo as well, because I mean, it was like a really close place to where I'm from, and obviously it was a horrible time, and I wanted to show solidarity in that situation. Onto some of the silly ones. This one is a Yorkshire Rose with the number 13 in, and that's because a lot of places do Friday the 13th tattoos for £13. So I just went and got one because it was cheap. And then like I've got a couple of like more detailed pieces, I guess you would say. This is kind of like the bigger, more like decorative piece. This one's definitely called a mandala. I think this is from a similar like design set, but I'm not entirely sure on like the exact name of it. I just love like the intricate lines. They're very thin. I think it looks really cool. I always said I would never ever get the inside or my elbow tattooed because it's terrifyingly, you know, it's not like they don't hurt, they do sting. But then I met a lovely tattoo artist called Rebecca Vincent, and she convinced me that this was not too close and it wouldn't be so bad. And she was 100% right, and very talented. So I have this lovely little flower here as well. This one on my underarm, this one is probably the most painful one I got, because the skin here is like super sensitive for me, and everyone's tattoo tolerance is very different. Mine's actually surprisingly okay, but this one definitely hurt. And this is the best kind of tattoo because this tattoo is free. So this is actually cog tags from the game Gears of War. And I went to a shoot day where if I agreed to get a tattoo related to the game, the tattoo was free. And it was with like a great artist, and I feel like this is quite a subtle one. It's kind of like, if you know, you know. Like, it's not like there was another one of like a guy with a chainsaw that said like, I didn't come to sell cookies. And I was like, it's a bit much for me personally. But this one was very subtle. I feel like it's a nice little homage to the game, and it sort of fit in too with like the other art that I've got around my arms, which I don't really think about too much. Like, I think I'm so used to seeing them all now. I don't even really think about the continuity of the art style or anything anymore. But It's actually the longest I've ever gone without being tattooed, so I'm gonna have to change it, I think.
Have you got a favorite tattoo?
Yeah, I think my favorite tattoo will always probably be the fox. Just because this is the first one I ever, like the first big piece I ever got. And it's funny because of like my background in streaming and the fact that my character is a fox, people think that I got my Minecraft character tattooed on me, and it's obviously not the case. There's just a correlation between me liking foxes. But yeah, so it's like a really cool piece. It stayed really vibrant, which is good because I got this 8 years ago and it's still like really colorful. So I am at a point where I probably will have to start getting some of them touched up soon, which I'm not looking forward to. But yeah, this is definitely my favorite piece, I think. So all my upper body stuff is done now, but the funny stuff's on the legs. So let's readjust and show you my leg tattoos. So we'll start on left leg. I have a tattoo here that says, "Not everything sucks," in a little love heart. This was actually part of like a mantra of a clothing brand that I like really liked at the time. And I sort of actually just took it as like a personal life thing. I actually have a Twitch emote of this now because like it's such a simple message, but like it's actually pretty good, and like it's surprisingly helpful when I'm like feeling like down or stressed about something. I'm just like, not everything sucks. It's like so simple, but I really like it now. And yeah, so I decided to get it immortalized on my body. And this was actually my first ever leg tattoo. This one right here. And then, well, then things got interesting on my legs. Yeah, then I decided to get my cat as a Twitch emote. And then I got the Twitch emote of my cat tattooed on me. So this is my cat as a Twitch emote. And that was something that I thought was a good decision. So my logic is, my legs are almost always covered anyway. So if I'm gonna get silly tattoos anywhere, this would be the place. So on my right leg is where things get very interesting. I'll give you a bit of backstory first. I thought what would be a really cool idea is if when I travel to places, I like travel quite a lot with my work, I get a tattoo of something that represents that place. Now, it sounds like a lovely idea, and you know what? It started as a lovely idea as well. And then I quickly realized that I can't really work out what represents like an entire country or city. It's quite difficult to do. So we'll start with the nicest one. This is a rune. I got this while I was in Sweden. I was in Sweden and I was like, I'm gonna get something to do with Sweden, and my friend suggested, why don't you look up like Viking Runes? There was only one website that had this one listed, so there's a chance it's not even real. This is the symbol of creation, and I am a creator. So it's a bit of a thinker. That was the first and only one that I got that was actually like, oh, I traveled to a place and got something meaningful from that place, because after that, I got a pizza slice with a smiley face on. This was a stinger. The calf really hurts. The next one, I metagamed it a little bit, and it's not entirely true, and this is actually the last tattoo I have. So I have sushi with a happy face. So you'd think that I've probably been to where sushi is like popular and created. I actually got this one done in California, but it's a California roll of sushi. So I felt like that was kind of like an adequate loophole. And there's kind of like this thing that me and a bunch of my friends do. When I got the tattoo in Sweden, I met my now friend, Erin. I overheard her talking about wanting to get a tattoo, and I didn't even know her. And I was like, I'll come get a tattoo. And then it kind of became our thing that whenever we were in a place at the same time, which wasn't that often, we would get a tattoo together. So we got this one at the same time, and then I think I actually got the pizza and the sushi done at the same time as she was getting those tattoos done as well in Los Angeles. So there's a lovely story to them, but also it's just cute foods, and I guarantee you I'll get more cute foods tattooed as well. But that's the lot from me, I'm afraid. So thank you guys for watching. I have been Seapeekay, and that was my tattoo tour.